Okay, this how-to video is going to talk about how to use the import file manager that's available inside the Cadence PCB tools. So the import file manager allows you to kind of get an alarm system or notification when any of the design files that you might possibly be using, maybe being done by somebody else, have been updated, and you can just you haven't got to worry about it, or check or find out when these files have been done. You can actually get the tools to tell you. So if we look under the tools menu, there's something called the import file manager. So we can configure this to set up how we want. So currently we can look for logic files, IPC2581 files, IDX, IDF and DXF. These are the file extensions that we support. Obviously you can come in here and make changes, add comma separated lists if you wanted to make the file extension different. The shared directory allows us to effectively go and browse to the directory where the files are likely to be. So for a netlist, for example, which is what I'm going to demonstrate today, I'm just going to pick effectively the default location. This gives you the last import time the file was imported, and obviously there's a status for that. This is the command it's going to run and the kind of the import file, log file that it generates. You can actually click on import and it would then run that specific command. So if I click on the netlist one, it would bring in the import logic one. If I go to import file manager again and we click on import for IPC, it shows the IPC import. Okay. There are a couple of user preferences we can set for this. So if we go to setup and user preferences and we look under files management and versioning, sorry, wrong one, it's miscellaneous. There's one called the import file alarm enable. So we enable it and then we can specify a time for this. And it's basically got a default of 10 minutes, a minimum of 1 minute, a maximum of 720 minutes. I'm just going to do 2 minutes for this example, and it would require a restart to have both of these working. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll actually just import the netlist. So if we go to Tools, Import File Manager, we'll just import the netlist just to confirm we're okay. So the netlist is up to date and we're good to go. So I'm then going to go and pretend that I'm another engineer and I'm going to make a change to the schematic. Simple example, but we'll literally just do a copy and a paste of the part, and we'll chuck it down there, just make some connectivity. Okay, so I've now added a new IC with some connectivity, so I'm then going to save my design and I'm going to use the tools create netlist function, and we're just going to go and create a netlist. So the files have now been updated in the directory, so I'm going to go back to PCB and we'll wait for the file alarm to show. So the import file alarm shows, it tells us that we've got some new design files in the logic location. So we can either remind, disable the alarm. If we launch the manager, that would then launch the import file manager. The status has gone to yellow, so we can then click on import, import the new logic files. So I now get effectively U3 to go in place, which is the IC that I added. We'll place that down, and if we look at the tools, import file manager, the status has then gone to green.